Now, I am very aware that to come here and speak about a new museum development of the scale and ambition of M+ in Hong Kong now, I must also acknowledge the social unrest that is now our reality. It is a fact that the eyes of the world are focused on the city, and the West is looking east. This time to watch events as they unfold across 4 months of both peaceful and violent protest. There's no question that we are living in deeply unsettled times. It is intense. The divisions emerging and hardening in the city make for an emotionally exhausting reality. Over 85% of Hong Kong does not own a car. So the transport arterials, the metro, the MTR, our subway system, are vital avenues to move around. This highly efficient public transport system is now being severely tested through weekly confrontations and disruptions that focus on the MTR and, for a while, the airport. I have no crystal ball to be able to suggest how this situation will resolve. We are living in a very divided city. I do think, though, that some of the works in the M+ collections offer a chance to reflect, to pause and see what artists have made, sometimes in earlier years, as a means of providing insight into what is happening today. It is a sort of creative tool, a discursive, thought-provoking journey to now. Currently on display at the M+ Pavilion is an exhibition titled 5 Artists, Sites Encountered, and the Hong Kong artist Mei Fung's 1989 work, She Said Why Me is being screened. Mei is a founding member of Videotage, an experimental artist-run space established to support moving image artists, with a forum to share ideas, show works, build networks, both locally and globally, slicing historical footage from colonial-era Hong Kong with images of the 1967 riots in Hong Kong. The work explores the ambiguity and uncertainties around identity that the artist felt at the time of making the work. In 1989, so 30 years ago when she made this, Hong Kong was preparing for handover, and the push and pull of that time feels strangely apt 30 years later in 2019. We opened this exhibition 3 days before the protests began. We had no idea that this was coming, and the exhibition was in planning for 8 months before. Samson Young's We Are the World. Since 2015, M+ has co-presented, together with the Hong Kong Arts Development Council, the Hong Kong's Pavilion at the Venice Biennale. Now in 2017, Samson, who comes out of new music and composition, was commissioned by M+ to make a new work. And he chose to approach the pavilion via the cipher of songs for disaster relief, cogitating on the failed utopian project of global disaster relief, and that hoped to fund change through releasing pop songs sung by the likes of icons such as Bob Geldof. In We Are the World, Young worked with the Hong Kong Federation of Trade Unions choir and asked them to vocalize a familiar song. It's a kind of unlearning of what it means to sing. It's a new music technique where the voice whispers the song. You can barely hear We Are the World. Now, looking at the world today, looking at the work today and the world today, it immediately suggests an international context. You know, we are the world. And Hong Kong is on a fault line, one that feels intensely local, but has echoes beyond. Currently showing at the Hong Kong Venice Pavilion, again we co-commissioned, is the work of Shirley Tse, Stakeholders, Hong Kong in Venice. Her commissioned work, Negotiated Differences, is a new work. It's a sculpture made of singular pieces of turned wood. Each piece is unique, often in the shape of an everyday object. A chair leg, a 10-pin, a baseball bat, a rolling pin, a candelabra. Each of these turned wood sculptures is connected to another using piping joints that have been made with 3D printing. Using the traditional Chinese furniture making technique of joinery, the sculpture uses no nails, pins, or glue. Rather, the work is connected together through balance. A rhizomatic structure that weaves its way through the various spaces of the Venice Pavilion, the sculpture Negotiated Difference can never be viewed in its entirety from a single point of view. You need to walk through and around it to see it. Should one section come undone, the work collapses and needs to be reassembled and brought back into its wholeness as balance.